All right. Just checking that we are live. And looks like we are. All right. Hey, Shyam. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Nice. We had already scheduled this for like 2 weeks ago, but I lost my voice, as some people have seen. I still have the flu. I can talk now, but I'm still a little bit sick. I don't know why this has lasted so long, but here we are.
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
And Shiyam is gonna talk about Flyway, which I hadn't heard about before. How did you come to this technology, Shiyam?
Yeah, so I mostly worked in the Java domain. So I've integrated database migration tools like Liquibase and Flyway in my projects. So I have mostly used Liquibase. So after
Mm.
that, I've tried Flyway integration also, and that is also like with minimal configuration we can automate the database migrations. Like we used to create tables, these things manually. Maybe we have to drop some columns, write a stored procedure we have to run manually in the so multiple environments. So that will be like very hectic task, so that we can automate the process using the Flyway or Liquibase.
All
so
right.
to, yeah, so today I'll be discussing on this, how we can integrate this in Mule applications. So we can integrate Flyway using Spring dependency. So if Spring is there, you can achieve anything.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we're getting people. Hi, Shiyam and
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah,
Hi, Alex and everyone. Hi, Kendole. Hi, Ante. All right. And Shiyam, it's like 8 p.m. for you, right?
yep.
That's commitment. Hi, Amit. Alrighty. So I guess you can get started. People are joining already.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so my screen is visible.
Yep.
So maybe you can go with Google search and you can search with Flyway. So the first link which you will see that this one is flywaydb.org. So here you can see like in the first statement, database migration are something that Java developers struggle with. So Flyway provides a nice tool that anyone with basic knowledge of SQL, they can use that Flyway. If you go inside, here you can see uh, it will increase the reliability of deployment by versioning your database. Generally, we used to do versioning of our applications. Like in every deployment, we do semantic versioning of our uh, application in with the help of form.xml file. So there is a version. So we are doing in each deployment we are incrementing the versions. So similarly, like we can uh, do the versioning for the database also. And here you can see so how much it is started in 2010, and gradually the download is increasing. So here you can see like in 2020 and the like this much downloads in 2020. So it is very popular. So why it is popular, like here you can see like it is making database migrations very easy. Like you can do the version controlling for your database, and you can migrate any changes, like any schema changes, using Flyway very easily and with confidence. And it is very simple to use. Like okay, here you can see like Flyway lets you regain control of your migration with easy. So just writing a script. Just you have to write that script in one SQL file, and that we can use. And during the uh, s- Mule application startup, it will execute all the scripts which is available in that directory. I will showcase this thing in the demo today. And also like it will solve one problem well. Like here you can see, like Flyway migrates your database, so you don't have to worry about it. Like you don't have to worry about like in which environment we have to run this script. That will be taken care by Flyway. And also it is made for CI/CD, like continuous integration and continuous deployment. So using this like Flyway, database releases are also like very easy. So here you can see like these are the features. Like here you can see like in Flyway we have to write that plain old SQL script. Okay, just which you are writing it, and there is no limit like Java based migrations. So there will be no limit and zero required dependencies. Like all you need is like Java. So Java is by default supported in the MuleSoft applications, and then you need JDBC driver. So we will create a one data source, and we will use that one during the Flyway setup. And these are the more features like I mentioned over configuration, and it is highly reliable, like safe for cluster environment also. Multiple machines can migrate in parallel. So it can be run in the cluster environment, and it has full support of all the database which is available, like majorly like Amazon RDS, Microsoft SQL, Azure, Google Cloud SQL. And here you can see the complete list, like relational database. You can see like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, Postgres, S2, Derby, SAP HANA, Snowflake. So all the major relational database, it has full support. And also like here you can see mention like it will be do the auto migration on the startup. So during the startup, it will run all the pending schema which is we have written, and it is fail fast. Like inconsistent database or failed migration prevents app from restarting. If there is any problem in the script, so it will like application will not start. So you will come to know during the development only. And also like there is a schema clean command is also there. Like it will drop all the tables, and you can recreate all the schemas from the in the new environment also. So here you can see like what people are saying. So uh, here you can see like one of the dev, database migration are something that Java developers struggle with, and Flyway provides a nice tool that anyone with basic knowledge of SQL can use. And for that reason, it has become the favorite migration tool in the Spring Boot team. Like yeah, so in Mule application also, I'll be using like Spring dependency, like a Spring module, and using that one, I will use that. I will do the integration of Flyway. So how it works, like why we need database migration. So I will go in this link. And also like this documentation is duplicated, so it is updated in the new place, but it it will work. So uh, during the application, like uh, let's start from the beginning. Like assume we have a project called ShinySoft. Maybe you can say like this is a project like Mule application or any project, or Java project also you can say. And it has primary deliverable is a piece of software called ShinySoft, and that connects to a database called ShinyDB. This is some application. Maybe it will be in Java or MuleSoft, and it will be connecting to one DB called ShinyDB. Okay, and here you can see like we have some software called ShinySoft, and we have a DB called ShinyDB. And most of the project like simple view of the world very quickly translates into this. Like in one application, multiple developers at a time, they will work, right? So here you can see like Excel's machine, they have this software and they have some SinyDB. Christian machines, they have this software, they have SinyDB. Now it will come to like all the code when we will merge into master, or then we have to do the deployment also, like we have to do the continuous integration. So here you can see like SinySoft and SinyDB. Then as part of continuous integration, we have to deploy this application into multiple environment like test, then UAT, maybe it can, then after that we have to deploy those same changes into production. Okay. Now we have to deal with multiple environment also. So there will be some challenges like we have to maintain the database script, like in which state, in which script we have to run in dev environment or UAT environment and production environment. So there can be like uh, mismatch of the state of the DB. Like we are continuously working on the database changes. So if there are frequent changes in the database, then we have to use Flyway. Otherwise, it will break. So here you can see like for the application ShinySoft, we have a like version controlling. We are using GitHub or any other tools, and through that we are controlling the versioning of ShinySoft. And we have reproducible build and continuous integrations for each like version control upgrade. There will be one build going on like continuous integrations. So for each build, it will do that, run the unit test case, integration test case, then it will deploy to the further environment like dev, test, UAT or production. Okay. So we have a very well defined release for the application and the deployment process for the application. But ShinySoft, here you can see like the versioning is 5.2.4. We are following that semantic versioning, and it is well defined and how we can do the deployment using the semantic versioning. But what about the database? There is no versioning involved in the database. So we are not aware that what is the state of the this DB we have. So we have multiple devs working on the same project. So maybe uh, the person one like Axel is working on some DB changes also, and Christian is also doing some DB changes. If he push these changes into further environment, so it will break like if they are using same DB, so it will break others applications. So that's why like Flyway come into the picture. Like we are always in dilemma like what the state is the database in on this machine. Okay. And also we are in dilemma like we have applied this script or not. Like we have created the table, some of the table some of the time we have like dropped some of the column, so that may break the functionality. And also like some of the time like we have done some quick fix in the production, and we have to apply the same thing in the test and another environment also. And how we can set up a new database instance. So this type of process that will be easy with using Flyway DB. So it can recreate a database from scratch and make it clear all the times what a state database is in. And like let's see how it will work. So I will go to this one. How does Flyway work? So the easiest scenario is like Flyway. So here you can see like we have some Flyway integration, and that is on empty database. There is no schema and nothing at all. So here you can see SinyDB is very empty. And then we have written some script that is written in migration 1, and we have written two script, migration 1 and migration 2. So when we run first time Flyway migration, then it will create a one schema history table that is called Flyway schema history table. As the database is empty, so Flyway will not find any schema history table. So first time it will create this table, Flyway schema history table. So that is Flyway schema history table, and in this table they will maintain all the versioning of the uh, database script. Like here you can see like migration 1 is there, migration 2 is there. So if we have two migrations, so first it will run that all the scripts in the migration 1, then it will run the migration 2, and it will create two entry in this uh, Flyway schema history table. So from Flyway schema history table we will come to know like these scripts are executed. So here you can see like first in the very first stage, it is very empty, and this is a schema version, so it will be empty. Then in the version 1, so there will be some entry, and there will be like here you can see like some scripts are executed. One, two, three, three scripts are executed. Then we have added some more database schema. So in that case, like here you can see like schema version 1, 2, 3 is already executed, and these are the two pending one. So in the next one, these two will be executed. So this will be more clear with when I will do the demo. So here you can see like how the Flyway schema history table looks like. So here you can see like uh, installed rank, like this one is the first like executed. So here you can see like this is the file name in which we will write the SQL script, like creating a customer table or accounts table or other table also. And then we are in the version 2, we have something called first engine.sql. Maybe we are inserting some of the records in this table. And here you can see like checksum is like with this they will come to know like there will be any script is added in that file or not. And here you can see like this is installed by, and this is the date when it is executed, and how much it will take time. And here you can see like success and failure things. So this is the like here you can see like in the first run, migration 1 and migration 2 is executed, and we have a new script coming in, that is migration 2.1. Okay, so from here they will come to know like this one is pending, so this one will be executed, and in the version 2 uh, this one is there. So and then the this versioning will be sorted here. Here you can see like 1 2, then we have run 2.1, then the next one we are going to create that will be 2.2, something like that. So there will be like file naming schemas. So I will come into that point. So how we can configure this? If there is any questions, Alex?
Not yet.
No yet. So yeah, I have published one article also on that one. So I have mentioned all the steps there. So if you go to the shyamrajprasad.medium.com, and I have published this article in another integration blog last year. So I have mentioned that like this is a, like open source, so you can easily use, and it has some pricing also, but so it comes with community version also, like which is enough to uh, for migrating the databases. And there is a teams version also, like some of the command that is coming with uh, teams version. So in our case I will be using only the first command, that is migrate, and then we have clean, that will clear all the records, then info, then we have validate, undo. This is also like feature of teams, not in available in the free version. Like if we have to do like undo the uh, script which is executed, then we have baseline, and then we have a repair. So migration just we have to write, can be written in the SQL format, so that is fine. And we have two types of version, like migration. One is versioned, and another is like repeatable. So version migration is like uh, in which we have to use create a table, altering a table, dropping table, indexes, foreign keys, enum. These are the things which come into the version migrations, and maybe we can do some data update or data correction also, that come into the version migrations. And then we have a repeatable migration also, like some of the sql script which we can uh, run multiple times. If there is any change, we have to just start with like stored procedure is there, that will start with create or replace. We have views that will start with create or replace. So here you can see like I have created one sample view also. So here you can see the syntax like create or replace. If this view already exists, then yeah, like uh, replace will work. So these are the like table migrations. So this will be used only for creating the views, procedures, function, and packages. So we have to follow some like SQL based migrations. Like we have to follow some naming conventions that will be available here also. You can find it out. These are the command, and I will go to the migrations. So here you can see like these are the version migrations. You can check it out, and we have to follow the versioning. That file name should start with V, and we have to follow the versioning like 1001. So these are the supported version migrations like format. And here you can see like the naming convention which we have to follow. Like for the version migrations, we have to follow with the prefix that is V, then this is the version, and then we have to follow the separator like underscore double underscore, and then we can name the description of the script like adding a new table. So this is the version migration. Undo migrations, so if you have to revert those changes, like so that you can use that will start with you. And then we have version and versioning, like there are some set of like rules that you have to follow, like 1001 and 1.2.2. Like you can have multiple dot also, that is fine. Then we have some table migrations. Here you can see like that will start with the R, that is table, and then we have a separator. Then you can write your description for your file name. So these are the like four five things. Then we have a suffix that is called SQL. So V for version, U for undo, and R for repeatable. And this will be helpful for writing triggers, stored procedures, and view and the repeatable migration. And other script you can write in the version migrations. Okay. And also like you can store this script. Here you can see like we have created a class path. You can store this script in class path, so that will be like src main resources. Then we can create a folder called db and migration. So here you can see all the script we have written here. So the first script undo, version 1, version 1.1, version 2. So in this way, like it will be executed. The first it will be executed this one, version 1, then it will pick a v1.1, then it will pick v2, and then rip table also. And you can store this file into the class path, or you can use file system, or you can use s3. Like if you have to store this sql in the aws s3 bucket also, you can use, but you have to use aws sdk v2, and you have to add some dependency related to the aws sdk, and then you can read files from there, and then you can use it. Then we have gcs also, like you can store this script in the google cloud storage bucket also. Okay, let's come back to like integration, how we can do it. So first I will go through like, then I will come to uh, integration part in the anypoint studio. So first you have to create a project. in the Mule project. Then we have to add some application properties where we will store all the uh, properties related to the database. So here you can see like we are using some data source URL. So I'll be using the local host, okay, and I'm using a PostgreSQL, and I've kept username and password. And then here you can see like we have to provide the locations like from where we have to read. So here we can see like I provided the class path, and we have created one folder db and then migration, and all the script I will store here. Okay, so this is the script which I am going to write. Like in the first script, like SQL migration script, here you can see like I have started with version script, and it is creating a count table. So here you can see like I have started with b, and then this is the version 1, then underscore, and then here you can see like create account table.sql. So this will be the description of that migration script. From looking into this file name, I will come to know like for which uh, scenario I have written this script. So from the description, like file name, we will come to like this is the script for the creating a account table. So here you can see like I have created a account table, and then I'm inserting a record also, like one record. Okay, so our database setting is there. I have added as one migration also, but we have to do some. Then we have to add configuration properties, which we have added here, like in data, this one. And then we have to add. I have mentioned that I'll be integrating this Flyway using a Spring dependency. So you have to add a Spring configuration also. So for that one, I am creating a empty beans, and after that you can add a Spring module. So here you can see like I've added a Spring module, beans context for this thing, and after that I will provide that file name beans.xml file. And once this is done, then I will add the dependency for the Spring JDBC. So I'll be Spring JDBC. Then we have to add the dependency for Flyway, and I'm using a PostgreSQL, so you have to use PostgreSQL also. And then we have to add this thing into the shared library also. So we have added this thing into the shared library. Then we have created a beans. So here you can see like we have created a data source, in which we are reading all the URL and username and password from uh, this application properties. Okay, and then we have a Flyway configuration. So here you can see like this is a Flyway config, and we are using this classic configuration, and we are uh, here you can see like we have to provide two things. One is the locations. So I'll be reading all the script from these locations like db and migrations, and then we have to provide the data source. So I've referred this one. Okay, and during the application startup, so here you can see like I've created another bin, that is Flyway. And here you can see like this is the class name I have mentioned, and in the init method I mentioned the migrate. So it will call that migrate method, and then in the constructor we are say passing this Flyway configuration. So it will pick the migrations locations and data source setting. And after that, this is like we need we are adding database config, in which we are passing the data source, and we have just created a http listener so that we can run that application. So I'll be doing this one. So let me create a in AnyPoint Studio. Let me close this one. Let me create a Mule project. and click on finish. Okay, so what I'm doing, I will create first a file, that is application.properties. So I'm referring this article, so just I will copy this one. So this one is added, and then we have to create two folder, like one is db and then migration. So here you can see I mentioned like you have to create a subfolder, db and migration. Then you can add this script there. So I will create a file name with this one. Okay, and I will add that script. I'm doing this same thing, so maybe you can try it out. Then we have to add the configuration properties. So go to the application and add, and then you have, okay, I've added that configuration properties, and then we have to create a beans.xml file. And copy the all the syntax from this location. Then we have to add the Spring module. Go here and in the Mule palette, and here you can see like Spring. Just drag and drop, and here you can create a Spring config, and here you can provide that beans.xml file, and then click on OK. So this one is done. Then we have to add the dependency for the Spring JDBC and Flyway and PostgreSQL. Go to the pom.xml file. So here you can add. And also after that, you have to add the shared dependencies in the shared library. You can save the pom.xml file so that it will download the dependency. Then we have to create add this beans configuration there. in the beans.xml file. So here you can see like I have created a data source using the data driver manager data source, and here we are using that we are reading that Spring data source URL and username and password, and then these are the Flyway configurations. Now you can go and add database config to run this. In the add module, you can drag a database and then you can add. So running this application, we need some. So I'll be creating a one small listener, and that will let me create a HTTP connector configuration, and here I will add accounts. Maybe so in the script, what I am doing, like I will be creating a script called accounts, and here you can see like I'm adding creating a accounts table, and then we are adding some records into that accounts table. So I'll be reading some data from this table account table. So I will just add select, and also like for database configuration, I'll be using a data source. So I'll be using. I've created a data source reference in the beans, so I'll be using that one. And if you do test connection also, it should pass. Here you can see like test connection is successful. And in the query, I will just add that accounts table, and then just I will add transform message, and converting into the JSON, and then I will add a logger. So our configuration is ready. When we will run this application, so it is running. So yeah, and the application is deployed, and during the application startup, all the like Flyway come into the picture. Okay, here you can see.
There's a question. Can Flyway be used for migrating different databases by different vendors, like SQL Server to Oracle?
E- Yeah, so there is some commands are also there. Maybe that feature is available in the Teams, not in the free version. Okay, so I have run the application first time. Here you can see like the Flyway. Here you can see. So here you can see the Flyway Community Edition we are using by DateGate, and here you can see The very first time it is creating some connections with Postgres localhost 5432, and they are doing the some validation like that migration script is following the naming convention or not. If you're not following the naming convention here, like b1, that should start from v, and then we have version, then under underscore, and then some file name. So they are doing some validation for the migration, like that file name is correct or not. And then here you can see like correct version of a schema public is one. So schema public is up to date, no migration necessary. Okay. Maybe okay. Let me go to the DB. So here you can see if you one Flyway schema stage table is created and account table is created, and if you view data, so here you can see like this one is installed rank is one, and here you can see like description that is coming from that file name which we have provided, create accounts table. Then we have SQL, and this is the file name from where it is picked it up. And here you can see like just now we have started the applications. So current time is 8:41. So here 20:37, and execution time is 18, and it is successful and installed by username. Kept username as username, so that is coming as username, and this is the script. And here you can see validate the column also which we have created from the database. So here you can see we have used user id, username, password, email, and created on and last login. So here you can see like these are the columns created, and in that script we have added one accounts table also, like we are inserting a record. So if you go there in the database, so let me view the data. So here you can see like user id is one, and username max, and password is username is mule, password is max, and some email is there and created on and last login is there. So here you can see like the same record which we have inserted, mule, max, and these are the data. Okay. Now, like in the next uh, script, uh, we got to know like we have to drop that last login column. Okay. Let me. So we will create another uh, file, SQL file. That will be the version 2, and we are dropping column last login dot, that script is there. I've created this file, and okay, and saved it. So when we run a second time, the next time it will pick like first it will validate the Flyway schema history table, and this table there is only one script. And in the like here you can see they found another script, like there is another migration available. So it will pick this one and run it again uh, during the next call. Let me run this application again. So in this way, like you can automate the like you don't have to run manually all the scripts in the multiple environment. It will be taken care during the application startup. So it is running. Let's see. So here you can see like they have validated the successfully validated two migrations. Okay, successfully validated two migrations. So current version is one. So they found one another one. So they are migrating schema public to version 2, that is drop column last login table file name. And after that it is printing that successfully applied one migration to a schema public. If you go to the DB, okay, and first let's see the Flyway schema history. So here you can see like the second script is executed and drop column last login, and here you can see like execution time, and you can see the timing also like 45 and 46. If you see this, currently we have last login. If I refresh it, that last login will be removed. Here you can see the last login column is removed. So in this way, like you can automate the process of automatic deployment of database schema. And the next one, I will create another table called um, I will create a table and then I will create a view. So okay, let me create a table. Let me stop it. If you run this application again, if there is no script, right, all the script is executed, so that time it will not run any like script. So all these two are already executed, so there will be no uh, script will be executed. So in the message you can see like no script is executed something. Let's see. It will be a simple application startup. So here you can see like schema public is up to date, no migration necessary. So this message is coming. So and application is deployed. Successfully validated two migrations. Current version of schema public is 2. So they are telling that no migration is necessary. Uh, Suppose we have created a file with something called B, and we have missed uh, versioning. So in that case, it will not run this script, and some error will be shown there, but that will not be picked it up. If naming convention is not followed, so this file will not be picked it up. So let's run this application. Let's see what will happen. So we have to follow the naming convention, otherwise it will not be picked it up. So here you can see one SQL migration were detected. Okay, let it complete. One SQL migrations were detected but not run because they did not follow the file name convention. So make sure you are following the naming conventions, and that is also customizable. So maybe you can read about that one. So I will rename this one with to follow the naming convention, and then I will run it again. Okay. So I will do 3 and save it, and then I will restart application again. Have to do the multiple restart so that I can showcase all the scenarios. Then I will come to the next. I will show the repeatable migrations, that is view. So in that case, we don't have to provide some uh, versioning, just R and underscore, double underscore, and then file name. So here you can see like successfully validated 3 migrations. So current version is 2. So now they are migrating with 3. They found 3. So they are migrating schema public to version 3. That is create card table, and successfully applied 1 migration to schema public. So if you go to the database now, if you see, one more table will be created, that is car. Here you can see, okay. And if you see this cards, here you can see like create card table, and this one is executed, and this one is executed just now. Now I will create a repeatable migrations, then uh, I'm done with the demo. Okay. And this is, I think most of the people are seeing first time, and it will be good to have this feature if you are using database in your MuleSoft applications. So here you can see like I'm creating a view, cards view, and here you can see like color is blue, okay. And this is repeatable one. Let me save this file, and let me run this application again. That is a simple view, nothing there, like create or replace view. Just we are getting some ID and license let from the card table which we have created earlier. Even I have shared like in the GitHub repo, uh, at the end of this article I have shared one my repo also, so you can refer that one also. In that one I have added these all scripts are also there, so you can see all the scripts and all the, even you can just import this like you can clone this repo and you can try it out. Just you have to do some configuration related to the database and you can try it out. Okay, let's see what happens. So this one is deployed, and let's see, like here you can see. So they have successfully validated 4 migration, but current version is 3, and they are found one repeatable migration, that is create car view, okay. And then you can see like successfully applied to 1 migration to schema. If you go to the DB and if you refresh it, so here you can see installed rank is 4 and version is null, mm, because repeatable as don't have any version. So here you can see, and it is executed and this time. And if you go to the view, let me refresh this one, and from there I can see, yeah. So here you can see like the text is blue, like color is equal to blue. Now I will, what I will do, I will change this one. Like in the same script, you can change it, and you can save it, and then you can restart the application. So we have to, in some scenario, we have to change the existing view. So you can do the changes in the same file, and just you have to run the application again. Earlier it was blue, now I have changed it to red. So in this way, you can do the repeatable migrations. Yes. So here you can see like successfully validated 5 migration, but we have created 4 files, but we have done the changes in the same file. That's why it is showing like 5. Uh, and current version of schema is 3. And here you can see like migrating schema public with repeatable migration, create car view. If you go to the DB, let's first see this one. So here you can see like 1 2 3 4 5. So they have we have Flyway rerun this view again, and here you can see that the timing is this one. And if you refresh this one like cars view, and if you go there, here you can see the same thing which we have added as red, that is reflecting here. So in this way, like you can do the migrations like automatic migration during the application uh, startup. So you don't have to worry like in which script, like what all are the script we have run in which environment. So yeah, and all the documentation which you can find it out here. So the major concept is like migrations, and other things are there, but other commands is also there like migrate, then you can clean also. So here you can see like you can empty all the database schema, and then you can try to recreate all these things. You can do that one also. Like then info is there, validate is there, and undo is part of private teams. So this is not available in the community version. And then we have create a snapshot also. You can create a snapshot. So these are the things which you can do. But for our use case, like migrate will work for the automatic versioning of the database. Uh, yeah, I'm done with the demo also. If there is any question, you can ask, or if you have any further question, you can reach out to me also over LinkedIn. I'll be happy to help you.
Perfect. Maybe show
Hope,
us how can they find you in LinkedIn.
yeah, just go to the LinkedIn and you can search with my name. Maybe I will share that thing. Just Shyam Raj Prasad with dash.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Alrighty. I don't see any questions right now, but if you have any questions, you can just talk to Shyam and he'll be able to help you. I also shared the link to another integration blog with Shyam's post, so you can also follow through the article if you want. And I guess that would be it. Thank you so
yeah.
much,
Hope
Shyam.
hope this will be a new learning.
Yeah. Alrighty. I think I haven't seen Spring Boot, like anyone developing on Spring Boot before in Twitch. So that was nice. That's something new. So yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And just a reminder to everyone watching, If you go to twitch.tv/MuleSoft_community, you can follow us on Twitch. And why follow us there? Because there are all of our previous recordings, our schedule of all of our upcoming streams, and also you will receive notifications as soon as we are live. So I recommend you follow us on Twitch, and hopefully we will start streaming on YouTube soon. So keep posted for that. And that is all. Kindole says, thank you so much, Shyam and Alex. Thank you for watching, Kindole. Really appreciate it. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Shyam. And
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
hope to see you again
Yeah.
here soon.
Yeah, maybe next month
Yeah,
with
for sure. Alrighty. Bye bye.
bye bye. Thank you.